Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. This is Julie with J of Cree Freedom. Would like to thank the Lord and give him credit for blessing me with these words that go out to the nations and kingdoms of the earth, to root out and pull down, destroy and throw down, or to build and to plant. The girls are home today, so that's that. The Lord was talking about how I'm a prophetess to Mr. Z, and then it kind of switched over to y'all. So, prophetess of a lifetime bloke, and one who about humble as F by now, dude, truly man. And no need, y'all, to be going in on the Julie jugular, that's just a pretty little lady, man, who needn't like some lovin' on sauce, dude. And that all for quite some 2-year time at least, man, to get her to calm the F down on my A in this lifetime, man. 'Cause she like a intellectual dude, and been studying and working hard, man, to like please people or something, bro. All just so she could attract the one person in the universe, but who actually like want her around him finally, bro. Versus, I know, dog. Kind of a sad little story to some of y'all that I'd let my little chickadee run around thinking he actually liked her when it were all hunky-dory on only like one side of the equation for a while, man. That too true, dog. But still, bro. And we actually love surprising our little chickadees from time to time with, yeah, chick. So you know that prophecy you got like a long time ago, hun, that say I'm gonna release you from? Well, so it gonna happen, little darling. And like soon, doll. 'Cause we ain't got much end times time left, y'all, to be waitin' and baskin' in no abusive as hell situations that some of you's dealin' with, man. Out in like no UK areas, miss. Oh, I see ya, hun. Tryin' yo best, aren't ya, doll? To be like, yeah, sir. So I made you this homemade pie tonight, man, for your supper, bloke. But he for sure not giving you a F of an ounce of attention about it, is he, darlin'? The Lord pointed relaxedly at me. Oh, it were her, doll, for years, son, till she realized, yeah, Lord, so I'm really cooking this dang thing for you, God, and not his ungrateful. Oh, he'd pray, dude, and say thank you to like me, man, but certainly not her, bro. Very subtle abuse, dear ones, coming from his religious. So it called a religious spirit, man, when a man tempted to go in on the Julie jugular for her just trying to do her. No, dog, she didn't go to seminary, although the Lord did this. Me, man. Oh, we've been guiding her through that Holy Spirit school for quite some time, bro, before you and yo came along to so-called guide her of no. Just keep it easy and light from now on, man. Like your last. Perfect, dog. And that last whole sermon had her going for you like, yeah, Lord. So he looking a little bit tired and bedraggled to me of no. But if he not the smartest looking pastor to me in the world right now in this moment, Lord, what with that nice? And he winked. Oh, she lookin' nice, boys, and modest too, folks, on Sundays, man. But nah, bruh, ain't like you need to see it for yourself, dude. How she lookin' all pretty in her get-ups of no. None of yo' business, dude. Truly, man. And so I told her, bloke, to just stop talking about it, hun. What you wore to. Oh, I'm smacking her on that pretty little Julie hand from time to time, folks. 'Cause we got like some Satanists watching who, and some who. Yeah, dog. So she saw you, man, standing like next to her bed, bro, and butt naked in the spiritual realm, man, as you stared at her sleeping of no. Sees you, and calling you out for what you. Not so much, is she, dog? 'Cause she know it, man, that you satanically blokes is about some of these sensitivist to no prophecy type stuff. That calling you to like, no, bruh, not her, although, me, dog, and we just about watching over some of you dark ones, like the hawks that you think you. Very slick, bruh, to try to peg her for. So she know it, y'all, that trumpery thingy sorta throwing some of yous off the scent of her, and helpless, dog. Yeah, man, so we mean without me, bloke, 'cause it mean that he would, well, swoop in, to put it plainly, dear ones, and then proceed to take her. Yeah, dog, that. Just down, dude, for now, man. 'Cause we for sure guiding her through this conversation of a lifetime, folks, that she having with like me at this time, man, versus his. Although longing for it, bro. And yeah, man. So I mean to finally seal the deal on his like regard, sis, that she seemed to. Here I saw an item like slip out of my hands. So she know, man, that it about tricky as F, man, to catch a pretty little thing like him, man, who'll want any and all to like him, bro. But for sure also can't stand that smarmy. So you a lot like him, man. So just calm down for me, dude. When it come to all this, gray area of a lifetime for her bloke, and one that we. Okay, so for commentary today, I was going to talk about the subtleties of the satanic system and how it's kind of built up because it's so well organized. But I have to be careful how I go about saying it, of course, as usual. Slash, I can't remember what's been said. Sometimes what's been said out loud on the channel, or what's just in my mind, or what's in the journal. It's actually quite confusing to me at this point, so I have to just be a little bit careful how I speak because I can't remember if it's been said. But basically, the Satanist side is really well organized, and part of the reason that they're so well organized is because they get people on their side to be on board with these agendas. And whatever the agenda is for each person is different, but that's pretty much, well, it seems like everyone has an agenda today, but it can be a sign that someone's a Satanist if they've got an agenda. And you just have to look at it and see like what kind of kingdom it's building up, which I'm sure many of you in the audience are really good at knowing that. But basically, like the things that they fight about are just a lot to do with the enemy and not as much internal fighting as you would think. I mean, I'm sure it's there. I know it's there, but it's not quite. They're still pushing forward their agenda in a way that's like getting people on board with what they have to do or what they have to say. Like I was thinking about transhumanism and also like the money transfer, like the wealth system transfer into this new digital system that they'll be developing. Basically, they have to be on board with that stuff. Otherwise, their system's just not going to keep building up into that perfect, like the pyramid going down on the like the triangle going. You know what I'm saying. um they basically have to be on board with these agendas even if they're totally new, like it's totally new territory they're going into with transhumanism and transferring an actual gold-based money system to digital currency. And whatever happens to that gold, I'm not sure what's going to happen to it. I'm sure they have a plan, but I haven't talked to the Lord about that. And yeah, I was just thinking about how when I was young, there was this church. It was either in Emory or it was around the Emory area. But basically, the church split because they had a fight about which carpet to put on the bottom of a renovated building, basically, or they renovated the church. And some people either wanted, I can't remember if they wanted hardwood or a different type of carpet, but one group wanted a certain type of carpet and the other group wanted something different for the floor. And that church literally split because of this argument. And it's just an example of how unorganized the Christian church is and how much internal fighting there is. And with this situation I have going on, I can see it personally, how quickly people are ready to bow their heads to money or other things versus stop and ask the Lord. Okay, I might get in trouble with that, so I'll change topic. Um, but basically, like the Christian church is so unorganized and there's so many factions, but the Satanic church is really organized. And that's why I just encourage some of you Christians on the channel to not like jump to conclusions so fast on some of these Satanists who have to embrace. They may not like outwardly identify as Satanist, but they might just be a part of the system in a certain way. But like they sometimes have no choice about what they're going to be on board with because there's some of them that are so they're so different or creative that I don't think they actually want to have an agenda at all. Which I think is why you see someone like Russell Brand tackling the topic of religion. What is it? I think he turned Catholic or something, or he said he did. He's just so creative. He wants to do something challenging. It's not that he cares about it. He just likes a challenge because he's like smart like that and could trick a huge audience. Like, I feel like that's part of the reason he's doing it. It has nothing to do with his convictions, which many of you are astute enough to figure that out. But that's part of the reason that you see these things happening. So I want people to have like more of an open mind about that when you see it, because you don't always know what's going on underneath the surface of these prominent people that have different agendas they're trying to push. Like, they have to push those agendas because this whole system has to stay super organized and continue to move forward at breakneck speed, which is pretty much how it feels, even though there's technically not really a pandemic worldwide. Well, I don't know. They have a bird thing going on in Austria, and I feel like there was something else. Um, so I have two little girlies to take care of today, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up. Yeah, I think I said what I had to say. Just there's a whole lot of subtleness to it. And there was one of you mentioned that I saw in my dreams, or maybe it was the spiritual realm. Maybe you were astral projecting. I don't know, but I did see you. So um, there's like, yeah, it just reminded me about this gray area thing that's going on sometimes with people, but it's a very dangerous game to play, to be a part of an elitist club and then swoop on out after you know a lot of stuff. That's basically like a suicide mission. So if you'd like to have a little bit of compassion for them, it's not as easy as it seems. It's not easy for me either, but I'm able to like put a lot of things out there. But for them, they have to hide things and many things. And yeah, I'm not trying to make you mad if you're a Satanist, if you're listening. I'm just trying to explain y'all a little bit better to some of my Christian brothers and sisters who are kind of interested in this, which may be part of the reason they're sticking around the channel. So please don't flare up too much. Hope not. Anyway, I guess the Lord is explaining it. I mostly let the Lord explain it, but I just felt like I kind of wanted to go into that topic today, and I feel like the Lord said it was okay, gave me kind of a thumbs up. So, as always, wish you well. Hope you're doing good. And Demars, would you like to say the last thing? No? Okay. And remember, God, and she's got a tooth that's about to fall out, so she's been feeling a bit sick this week. And remember, God turns darkness into light. God bless. What is it, Marcy?
Something happened in my room.
Something bad?
It almost went